So, 12 years before the doom of Valyria, House Targaryen got away. They had fled across the narrow sea and they had made their home at the westernmost outpost of the Valyrian freehold, which was Dragonstone. So when the doom happened, this gigantic, cataclysmic, world-ending event, the Targaryens had scuttled away, with 5 dragons in tow. Now, before the doom ever happened, the Valyrian freehold was just growing and growing and growing, and they were just absorbing everyone in their way. People did try and fight back, like the Rhoynar, but eventually the Valyrians, they always win, because they have dragons. So they just take over the land that is in their path. And because of this, a lot of people who didn't want to try and fight the Dragon Lords, they would flee and scatter to all corners of the earth. Many came across the narrow sea and wound up in Westeros. According to the Bible, The World of Ice and Fire, the sight of a dragon lord flying high above Blackwater Bay was not unknown. It occurred more frequently as time passed. So a lot of people had gotten out of the way by the time the doom happened. And the Targaryens, they were the last of the dragon-riding families to survive. This is how The World of Ice and Fire describes what happened when the doom of Valyria came to be. It was described as a cataclysm such as the world had never seen. You've got these volcanoes, 14 of them, erupting, flame and lava and smoke and debris everywhere. You've got dragons falling from the skies. To the north, the ground splintered and collapsed and fell in on itself, and an angry sea came boiling in. The proudest city in all the world was gone in an instant. The fabled empire vanished in a day. The lands of the long summer, once the most fertile in all the world, were scorched and drowned and blighted, and the toll in blood would not be fully realised for a century to come. What followed in the sudden vacuum was chaos. It goes on to say that the Dragon Lords had been gathered in Valyria as was their wont. This was where they all lived, except for Aenar Targaryen, his children and his dragons, including Balerion the Black Dread, who had fled to Dragonstone and so escaped the doom. Some accounts claim that a few others survived too, for a time, and it's that for a time that is the most important. It is said that some Valyrian dragon lords in Tyrosh and Lys were spared, but that in the immediate political upheaval following the doom, they and their dragons were killed by the citizens of those free cities. The histories of Cahor likewise claim that a visiting dragon lord, Orion, raised forces from the Cahoric colonists and proclaimed himself the first emperor of Valyria. He flew away on the back of his great dragon with 30,000 men following behind afoot to lay claim to what remained of Valyria and to re-establish the freehold. But neither Emperor Orion nor his 30,000 strong host were ever seen again. The time of the dragons in Essos was at an end. And so House Targaryen can claim we are the last dragon-riding family standing. And because of that, they should have been the most grateful family alive. Not only did you survive when no one else did, you survived with dragons. Like, what are the chances? How lucky can you get? They should have been kissing the ground. They should have been lovely to everyone they ever met. They should have been walking on clouds 24/7, grateful for what happened to them, that they survived, and with dragons. The Targaryens should never have squabbled. They should have been on their knees praying to every god in existence every day, giving thanks. But they didn't. In fact, they blew it. They had it all and they blew it. And I say it all the time, they've only got themselves to blame. Imagine being the last dragon riders to survive a cataclysmic world event that took down an empire, and you still screwed the pooch.